welcome to USTC360. I'm your host, Dilbar Shatterson. While the mirror on the wall shows us who's the fairest of them all, this one glows with the fairest skyline of them all. I'm here at the windy city of Chicago, Illinois, and today it holds the title for being the third most populous city in the U.S. at 2.7 million residents and counting, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. And with the crowd of the likes that you see here at Millennium Park, that's not hard to imagine. In fact, this steel structure here was designed by British artist Anish Kapoor and installed in 2004. As per Skylar Henderson, one of Kapoor's intention for the piece was to invite the sky and clouds into the city, and through reflections of the city's skyline visible from almost any angle out here, it accomplishes that very feat. Still, as a community fixture, it contributes more than just eye candy to this city. It invites us not only to observe ourselves, but also to see the people around us in a different and lofty light. Hoping to do the same through its humanitarian work, let's see how Tzu Chi invited its approach of seeing this community in a new light, in an enlightened way, here in the Midwest.
My name is Yame Se. I joined Tzu Chi since 1997. I was in Cleveland, Ohio. Master wanted me to come to Chicago as executive director of Midwest region. That time, I think that's too big a job for me. But I think if I can help people, I will do it. In 2003, that is the small office. That time is too small to accommodate the people. Then I moved to the new building, new office. But after 3 years contract, the rent is going up. In the Chicago, I think we really need to have our own office. And master always want us to have a home, so I started looking for the properties. Tzu Chi always supposed to be a home to everybody. So when I come here to see this building, first I think it's too small. So when I look at my next door, he said, if next door wholesale, that would be good. After master operation, 2007, I buy the next door first, the residential housing first, then buy this. I needed to appreciate big brother Stephen Fang and brother Chong say, when we buy this house, inside is empty. Because this is a big job for us. We would like to save money. We don't want to use a lot of time for the architecture. Brother Chong take a lot of responsibility for this. He negotiated with the city and he negotiated with the builder too. He cannot sleep for 3 months. So for this building, one come along by ourselves. From the first time we moved in, the city of Darien is a very difficult time to give to us. First, we are Buddhist. Then second, we are Oriental. They don't know us. So every time when we do anything, we need to paperwork to name. But for right now, we don't need to. They know what we are doing. So right now, we become the very good friends too. And our back door was neighbor. We try to friendly with them. So for the first year, second year, every time I invite my neighbor come to this building. Last year, they come to me and say, Amy, if you don't have money to have someone to come here to cure them, our neighbor can pay the money for you. I know you are charity. You don't have money, we can do it for you. So I think right now we get the respect from our neighborhood. Our office is in the suburb of Chicago, still about 35 minutes away from downtown Chicago. Right now we have a small office there. We only have about 500 members there, donors there. So we think if we go to the city of Chicago, they know more about Tzu Chi Foundation. In the Chicago, we all graduate students from another country. Sometimes their mind is too occupied by the profession. So have something, can do something, or help people. I think that is the very good help. So for our big project, is we are going to buy the another office in the city of Chinatown.
Acquiring and maintaining a property that's close to one of the biggest metropolitan areas in the world is no small responsibility. While Amy Shea stressed how much she relies on her mentors in California and Taiwan, she always kept in mind her fellow volunteers. After all, they would be the ones to use the space together. So she invited her fellow brothers and sisters to get their consent, but also their blessings, back in 2007. And as quickly as they planted their roots in the suburb of Darien, Illinois, there were also new cases to be handled. According to the Illinois Coalition for Immigrant and Refugee Rights, immigrants accounted for 43% of the growth of Illinois from 2000 to 2009. So with an influx of newcomers, an increase in social services becomes necessary to help them not only adjust, but to thrive in their new environment. But is the solution that simple? Rather, for prime success, such services would need to be targeted to meet, for example, the linguistic or cultural needs of the person being helped. And such is the case of our next segment, where in 2008, Amy received a late-night phone call that would connect her to one of Illinois' newbies, but also to an unexpected friend. Let's take a look.
My name is Yu Xian. I came to United States in 2007 and lived in Houston for half a year. In 2008, I moved to Chicago to visit my daughter. Since then, I have been living here. When I came here, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. In the beginning, I didn't have insurance, and at the same time, I had to take care of my daughter who is pregnant. Life was very hard for me then. I was helpless because I had no support. So I called one of my friends in Houston, and she said she would to contact Tzu Chi. At that time, I didn't know what it was.
I received a phone call. He said, my friend, and she just got a cancer. They are Christian, but she think our powder, uguwen, made from our ginseng, and may can help her. I told her I will call her and I will deliver to her house. First time, she reject, and second time, she reject. I think at that time, she was a little bit scared. And another day, I called her again. I said, if there anything I can do to help. I think since 3 phone calls from me, she can tell I'm very sincerely. So I go there to see her.
I was so emotional when I saw them. It was unbelievable because I didn't know them. Why would a stranger help you? I didn't believe it. I was so excited that I felt when I stepped out of the house to welcome them. I became hopeful because I would start chemotherapy soon and needed to go to the hospital every day. Amy assigned 2 volunteers to accompany me to the hospital every day. They came to pick me up and drop me off at the hospital and accompany me until my treatment was completed. So slowly, trust grew among us, especially with Amy.
Hello. So many years passed by. We just become 2 good friends. In 1 week, she did not see me. She will call me, and I always say, "Don't worry, be happy." And I always say, "Our master Jing Si, what's that?" And she think she can tell me anything.
Tzu Chi is like my family. Whenever there is any problem, I'll talk to Amy. That really gives me a lot of comfort. I have a habit. I pray every morning and night. Whenever I pray, I wish good health for Amy and her husband, especially because many people in the Chicago area still needed their help. I wish their Tzu Chi work can expand. That's what I pray for every day. I admire them because they have helped many people around the world. They even help those from different religions. I really respect them a lot, and I think they are doing great things. I think if I never made that call, I would never get to know Tzu Chi or Amy. But then I think I'm sure that would not happen because this is what God has arranged for me, a way to help me. I am certain that I was meant to cross paths with Tzu Chi.
While immigrants like Xian have benefited from getting an extra hand from their new neighbors, the city is chock full of additional groups that still require attention. I'm talking about Chicago's homeless. It's this city that has the third highest gross metropolitan product, which means that it has a high gross domestic product when measured in a confined metro area. Still, when the GNP is high, the city supposedly should have a pretty good standard of living, where medical care, education, longevity, recreation, and more are better for everyone. But in this city, the Chicago Coalition for the Homeless cites that in 2013, over 116,000 people were homeless between 2012 to 2013. So how relevant is a high GNP for this person who struggles every day to get food, a place to sleep, or just to keep warm? In fact, Chicago takes another bronze medal, this time from the National Weather Service. They labeled the winter of 2013 to 14 the third coldest winter since 1903, at an average of 18.8 degrees. Though it may not look like that now, you can imagine what it's like when sunshine alone isn't nearly enough to keep you warm, or when having not enough clothes is a serious problem. But because of this, volunteers from the Tzu Chi Foundation in Darien took note and decided to lend a hand. Let's have a look.
The box is donated by one of our volunteers. His company doesn't use this box anymore, so we just recycle it. They have some bread, sometimes it's almost a few more days to be expired. They give it away. And we pick it up every other week, Thursday night, and pack, the bread, and we deliver it to the homeless shelter, because the shelter open for that day, and same as here. They are multi-grain. That's why it's very good for they need the nutrition. It's good nutrition for them.
I feel happy to help people because in my life, some good people help my family to come to the States. That's why after I retire, it's time to pay back to the society.
Today, we have a lot. We got 29 trays. So for me, good exercise. We are going to deliver bread to the homeless shelter because they open late.
Yeah, this is the last one. Okay. You and Phil grab this one. You got it? Got it. All right.
People will come through this way, right?
Right.
Take the food and go out this door.
Yes.
Right?
The guys should be coming in the next 5 minutes, but we're not going to be able to serve for over half hour.
Here we are specifically an overnight shelter. We provide just a safe location for our guys to sleep. We provide dinner for them, obviously blankets, beds. We have showers here as well. A lot of the older neighborhoods where my guys used to live, including around here, were basically converted into new condos and apartments that they can't afford. Well, unfortunately, finances are always one of the biggest ones. The government's always late on paying us. We have so little private donations. We're really having a hard time making ends meet. As far as I know, the Tzu Chis have been doing it for at least 9 years. Well, they bring blankets. They wind up bringing us loaves of bread. I think it's every week, every other week, and that's very helpful.
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
Yeah. Here, I'll let you put them out, okay?
No, you put it up. Put wherever you want. So.
They've donated at least 3 different type of blankets that I've seen that have been really nice. We have a couple of them just laid out on the beds right now. During the winter, it gets brutally cold to the point of sub-zero temperatures.
I need one. Okay, thank you.
I need one.
Sister Yame decided, she said they must need the blankets a lot because it was so cold.
When they have the blanket, most people donate. It's not warm. Sometimes you can see through. It's very thin. It's not warm enough.
And we came here also once. That was a very cold day too. We even had hard time to park because snow so much and the temperature was very low. And we had hard time to pull off driveway.
When the Tzu Chis brought in the blankets, we gave them one apiece for each and every one of our guides to keep as well. And then we had a bunch of blankets on the side for emergencies. So this way, they could take them with them if they decide not to come back to the shelter, they still had something. Or they couldn't get into the shelter, they still had something to keep warm with.
Some of them were so happy, they opened the bag right away. And they try on.
I'm going to be nice and warm. Thank you very much.
And they were so happy.
This is the blanket inside this way. You can put your stuff in here too. Okay? You know how to do that? Don't want? Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Ni hao, Jason. How are you?
Oh, good. How are you?
Ni hao. Thank you.
Today we cook the egg roll, fried rice, and veggie. Most of the healthy, not too greasy, not too salty, and they like the Chinese food. Every time when we come, they were so happy. We have this ability, we help the people. Yeah, that's all we do. So spread the loves.
You know, we put the seed to them. Someday they can be spread out and can be, you know, grown out like the flower. Who knows?
So far, I mean, I like it because, I mean, it's better than being in the streets, and it's a place I could call home. The blankets are pretty good. I like them. They're pretty comfortable. I sleep in them real comfortable. I mean, I could daydream all day and night.
Feels like a good sweater. I am impressed, but I always knew that the Buddhists is very generous people anyway. They're very nice people, very generous, very kind, very polite, good manners. I mean, you can't say enough good about them.
It's a gift. It's not, you can't really get too many gifts right now, so this and the food that you provided and everything you've been doing, so you made my whole day differently. Now I could wake up tomorrow a little bit more happier.
Good luck to you. Good luck. Thank you.
Appreciate everything you do.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
While Chicago's homeless are still in need of a break, Tzu Chi's also decided to help families bridge the gap to higher education. They've been doing it since 2004, doling out scholarships to eligible youth not just in Chicago, but across the Midwest region. The students file applications demonstrating not only strong financial need, but also their goals and insight into Tzu Chi's humanitarian work. And with approximately 80% of all Chicagoans having graduated just high school at minimum, the hope is that the missing 20% is being given a boost. So let's meet a student who received the award once upon a time, but for whom the benefits have been more than just monetary.
Thank you for making your way here this morning for our 2014 Scholarship Award ceremony.
So since 2004, we have started to giving out the Tzu Chi scholarship, and up until today, we have given out about 250 scholarships. So the scholarship, it's $1,000 per person, and the funds are actually from the donations from people. So this is under the charity department. This year we have 28 for the entire Midwest region, and 10 was allocated to the Chicago, Illinois area. And it's for graduating high school students, and it's also mainly based on financial need. I'm hoping that they can actually continue to be part of our organization when they're in college. I actually came to the United States with a scholarship program from my country, so that's why I believe in giving back, and I want to do more to help people.
I'm planning to go to USTC, and I'm looking forward to get more involved and be a part and share love.
So that bamboo bank was from my mother when she came here a few years ago. It was empty at that time, but over the years she filled it up. Today I brought it back, and we didn't realize it was from the same organization, so that was a coincidence. I don't know how to express it in words, but you really helped a lot and inspired all of us. And thank you for giving this opportunity.
I never thought Tzu Chi Foundation was making such a huge difference. Almost I even cried in the video when I saw, when I was in Nepal, my dad, all the things he could do, to get us here. I don't tell him how much he does for me. Like even now, he works all night, It was because of all the hard work that he's done that inspired me to do hard work and contribute back. And now I want to go back to my country and help those people that didn't get the same opportunity as I did.
I'm very happy because my son went for a scholarship. I'm very proud,
I volunteered a lot in high school, and I will definitely continue to volunteer when I go to college. When I finish college and go to medical school, become a doctor, I'll probably be one of those persons, those doctors going abroad and to those countries and helping out. And I think that's the best way you can contribute back to the society and let everyone know your good deed.
Hi, my name is Nancy Choi, and I received the Tzu Chi Scholarship in 2004. I had applied for several scholarships that year, and I remember one that my parents had seen in one of the Chinese newspapers stood out because it was for a foundation called Tzu Chi Foundation.
I want my kids to be more independent because we are from the working class. You should work hard in your studies to obtain a scholarship.
A lot of their goals resonated with doing a lot of action and with acts of compassion. A lot of those values also resonated with what I wanted to do in the future. So I was very happy to apply, and I was very excited when I had received the scholarship. My parents, I come from a working class family, and it was very helpful to my financial situation.
I know even though she didn't have an interview, she wrote essays to apply. Her heart is filled with love, and that was why she was chosen.
And my mom, actually, my parents were introduced to the Tzu Chi Foundation, and through the past 10 years, she's actually become a regular volunteer, and she's made a lot of friends that way, and she's also become very passionate.
Tzu Chi is a good Buddhist organization. It's different from other temples. It focuses on walking the path, not just chanting and praying on the ground, but also taking action. My hopes for my daughter is that after she becomes a doctor, she can have the spirit of a bodhisattva, follows the Buddha's path, have a loving heart to use what she learned professionally, so she can help those who are sick, to heal and give relief to the patients that need her.
For Nancy and her family, the blessings seem to sow themselves. And yet it's another testament to volunteers here in the Midwest region. Even with so few active volunteers, we saw today that even for just a few people who've received Tzu Chi's aid, their help has made quite an impression. It's this determination that results in not just gaining new friends, but a community to rely on. In a Jingsa aphorism, Dharma Master Zheng Yan once said that blessings come from being sincere and pious in each and every moment. Peace comes from being compassionate and kind-hearted in daily life. And with the warm faces of all who Tzu Chi volunteers have helped here in the Midwest, the blessings seem to be many for those we met today. Our thanks to our friends here in Illinois, and my thanks to you for watching. I'm Dilbar Shatterson, and from the Windy City, I'll see you soon.